All right, friends, we're going to go over how to play On the Road to Blackstone. So this is the primer to The Hollow Below. It's a Mettle 2d6 Delver's Adventure. And I'm just going to show you how to do this. We'll flip the camera around and we'll go over how to play it. Okay? Okay, so here's how I like to play it. In Mettle 2d6, you decide of the two dice you're using, which will be a location die and which will be a severity die. So I prefer to use blue for for location, red for severity, and that we'll explain that as we go. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. And I have a notebook here. I like to jot down the mettle and which is your health and your actions. It's all tied to mettle. You'll see it as we play. All right, so this is our primer. This is just an idea to give you how the rules work and how the game is played. So on the road to Blackstone, hunger waits in the brush. Okay, quick roll skill check. All right, so you roll 2d6 for your various skills. A 7+ is a success, 6 or lower would be a failure, and that depends on the situation. So your skills will give you bonuses depending on the character you're playing and how far advanced they are. Okay, so right now we're going to go through the read aloud. Let me grab my glasses. Okay. All right. The road winds through lonely hills beneath a gray sky. The air is cool, the land is quiet. As you round a bend in the road, you stop. Crates and supplies lie scattered beside the road. Something happened here. No sign of the owner remains. Somewhere nearby, brush shifts, then silence. So our first panel here, our action panel, search the supplies. So we need Scout 7+ to have a success here. So broken crates lie beside the road. A barrel is split open. Food, rope, and torn cloth are scattered through the mud. Something, this should say strong, tore through the supplies. Success, you find deep claw marks cut into the wood. The marks are fresh. Whatever made them is close. Gain advantage on your next check. Okay, so that's if we succeed. If we fail, you still find the claw marks, but it's too late to gain an edge. All right, so we're going to roll our 2d6. So that's a 7. So we got 7+. So that's an advantage. So on our next check. So the next check is going to be, here's advantage, right? Roll 2d6 twice and choose which result to use. So this is going to help us for the search the road here. So we search the road. The road is churned with mud, deep paw prints circle the scattered supplies. The tracks do not lead away. They lead around you. Success, you spot the wolf before it strikes. You are not surprised. You attack first. Failure, you see the tracks too late. The brush explodes beside you. The Blackstone Wolf makes the first attack. Okay, so I'm going to roll my 2d6. So I got an 8. So I don't even need to roll my advantage. I already hit my 7+. So that means I found the wolf before he sees me, before he attacks. Okay? So here's my Delver. He's a Queller. That's his archetype. And here's all his skills. And you see there's Scout is not one of the skills that he has a plus at. So he's a good at fight and good at shadow, but nothing else at this point. And his power is exposed. Now what exposed does, you spend 1 mettle after a successful attack and increase the wound by 1 step. So in this system, here's your hit locations. Head, body, right arm, right leg, left arm. And then our severity, where's my severity? Right over here. 1, no effect, 2, 3, 1 mettle, 4, 5, 2 mettle, and 6, 3 metal. So metal is your life. It's also your power source. Enables you to do different actions, like the exposed, to go from a minor wound to the next step up. That costs you 1 metal. Now he has a doubles ability too, and that is the dual weld. So when you would roll doubles on an attack, the target suffers an additional minor wound. So you'd only have to roll for that. And then your weapon trait is sharp because he's using swords. And if you get a critical, that adds bleed when you get a critical, okay? And this explains all the different conditions. The only one we need to be concerned about right now is bleeding, and I think hindered. I believe the wolf does that. All right, so every foe will have a quirk, I call them. So a quirk is something that they do that's unique to them that increases their ability to do combat, okay? The Blackstone Wolf inflicts a wound to an arm location. The Queller becomes hindered. So hindered means you take the lowest of your 2d6 roll for severity. So if you rolled a location 5 for body and a severity of 2, you take the 2 for the severity. If you rolled a 1 for location and a 6 for severity, you would take the 1, okay? And we'll play that out and see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to attack the wolf. Now you see I have 8 metal, and the wolf has 5. The wolf has kill shake, and he does surprise attack. Now we defeated his surprise because we rolled successfully earlier, okay? So he's not going to surprise us, we're attacking first. If the Blackstone Wolf suffers a critical wound to the head, it loses kill shake for the rest of the fight. So if I wound his head with a critical, he can't attack me and use the kill shake, okay? And you see kill shake is only active when he gets your arms. All right, so here's how I like to do it. I'm gonna put a Q, make sure you can see this, a Q for my Queller, and he has 8 metal, okay? And I'm gonna roll for him first. So I got a 4 and a 1. Okay, so I'll put the roll, 4, 1. Now I could step that up from the 1, which is no effect, to a minor wound, which would be a 2 or a 3 roll. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take the glancing blow as the roll that I have. So then I'm going to put here W for the wolf, and then he has 5 metal. All right. Now, if I had succeeded on an attack, I would change that to whatever damage I did. So instead of having wolf 5, it might be wolf 4, wolf 3, and you'll see as we play. Now I'm going to roll for the wolf. All right, doubles doesn't mean anything for the wolf. Thank God. Okay, so he rolled 3, 3. So 3, if we look at our chart, 3 is a minor, so I lose 1 metal. So here's how this is going to go down. Make sure everybody can see this. 3, 3. So now I'm going to write Queller, minor, so that's minus 1 metal. So he's at 7 now. All right, and that's all that happened so far. 4, that's good news. So 3, 4. So the Queller rolled 3, 4. So 4 is a what? 2 metal. All right. So now I'm writing the wolf on W, minus 2. He had 5, so just wolf 5. So now he's at 3. Okay. Now the wolf's going to roll. Now it's the wolf's turn. Oh, I should check 3. Is that an arm? It's a right leg. All right, so we're safe. All right, the wolf rolled doubles again. That damn wolf. All right, 4, 4. let's see now, what location is that? Because I could be hindered. That's my right arm. All right, well, that's a problem. So we'll go Queller on the 4. That's -2 metal. If you look at our chart, it's a moderate wound. So our Queller is down to 5, and he's hindered. So I'm going to put a 5 and then an H for hindered, or you can write it out if you want to. I'll put hind for hindered. All right, so we know hindered means roll twice, or roll once, but take the lowest roll for your severity. All right. So it didn't make a difference for us. 4, 3, 3 is my lowest roll. So 4, 3, and that, if we look that up, that's a minor wound. So now the wolf had 3. Now I'm going to write W again for the wolf. Now minor wound -1 is 2. All right, now it's his turn, all right? 2 and a 4, all right. He's wearing me down here. All right. So 2, left leg, so I'm not hindered, that's good. 4 -2 metal. So now my Queller's at 3. All right, now I gotta step it up here. All right, 5 and a 4. So this is good news. So I hit a 5 and a 4. 4 is a moderate. Now I'm gonna step that up to a critical and take -1 metal for my Queller. So I'm gonna write the Queller. He's now at 2 metal. That steps his wound up that he's giving to the wolf. It's going to step it up to a critical because he's going from moderate to critical. So that does 3 metal of damage, right? And I wouldn't even have to do that because he's already at 2. So then the wolf is at 0. And that's killing blow for narrative purposes went to his body. All right, there you go. Pretty simple. And yeah, I want to know how you guys feel about the game itself and the mechanics. So put something in the comments. Let me know what you think of it. It's on itch. So take a peek. Thanks.